So Jamal Niaz here with Justin Dix. We've got the premiere of Blood Vessel at Grimfest. And what is it like for you as a director stepping into a theatre knowing that everyone's going to be pretty much judging your baby?
Yeah, I don't care. I only made this movie for me. So, basically, I really love the movie. So, if everyone else, if I have people that love it, great, fantastic. People who hate it, no, that's fine. I'm not really, it's like, Australians, we have pretty thick skin. So
Yeah.
In
terms of
I like the way you say blood vessel as well.
Well, obviously quite a distinction between our accents here. For those that will be watching this, can you describe the plot to them, please, if you would?
The plot is essentially a group of survivors from a torpedoed hospital ship come across an abandoned Nazi warboat, which all the crew seem to have disappeared, and they find out there is vampires on board.
And now, you come from a special effects background, worked on the Star Wars prequels, Babadook as well, so obviously background in horror as well comes into it. How did that transition into directing come about, and how much did that stand you in good stead coming from a special effects background?
Actually, well, the problem is with Australia is we don't make a lot of genre movies, so essentially they're being from a special effects. I have a special effects company, Wicked of Oz, and we love to make, it's very, very rarely that you'll get to make a vampire movie, very rarely you'll get to make a werewolf movie, very rarely you'll get to make sort of movies you want to make as a special effects company. So I just write them. I write the movies that I want to basically do the special effects on, but also someone has to direct them, so I might as well direct them as well. I mean, my first love is actually writing, and then I love special effects, and then I love directing. So, recently actually I literally have just, a week ago, I just finished all the work on, we did all the creatures for Kung Fury, the feature film. So I've been working in Bulgaria and Germany for the last 3 months. Literally, we just did all the creatures from that. So, I mean, I do love special effects, and I love sort of creatures, and I love anything to do with practical effects. So all of my movies literally have, it's primarily 90% practical effects, like from miniatures to old school effects to makeup to anything like that. So, and it just works hand in hand with the fact that I get to work on the movies that I want to work on because I've written and directed them.
Now, I haven't seen the film yet, neither has Damian. But
it's awesome.
We're going to watch it later tonight, but from the stills that I've seen, obviously quite, from a film standpoint, it's based in the sea, so you've got quite a teal sort of message throughout each shot, kind of like Shape of Water. Was that something that you looked at from a directing standpoint?
One of the things I wanted to do with this is not make it necessarily a really dark movie, so I actually wanted to bring a lot of colour into it and boost the colours, so I went with very vibrant reds and vibrant blues, and I wanted to make it just a bit more, just give it a bit of a unique flavour, so I didn't necessarily want to go with something that was really dark. And at the same time, it was also, again, not giving anything away, you haven't yet seen it, but I go with more characterization before the carnage, so I want people to care before the carnage. So realistically, you don't really see any vampires for the first, spoiler alert, 50 minutes.
Right.
I mean, come on, you'll be playing this after you've seen it.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't bring in the supernatural until I get the actual characterization out, and it's something I was very mindful of. I'm a big fan of things like very, very much films from the 80s. Like The Thing is one of my favourite films, and I referenced this a lot when I was making this movie, even though it's a very different movie. But Nathan Phillips, who plays the lead protagonist in this, I kept referencing Kurt Russell, and that the people have to really like that character, even though he's a little abrasive, he's a little gruff, but he's also got this sort of witty, sort of like this sense of humour that possibly rubs people the wrong way, but it's a character that you care about and that you follow through the whole story. So I just wanted to make sure it was, I wanted to do something a bit more about characterization. So I'm really, to be honest, this film for me is, I love the characters. I love the characters in this movie. So.
I was going to throw, because the idea for the movie, the story is like what balls to the walls and crazy. How long have you been brewing the story up for now?
I'm going to be honest, not very long. So, no.
So it was quite natural for you?
No, what it is, this movie came from a multitude of different sort of circumstances. That I was actually doing a movie, I actually sold a movie to Fox called Declassified, which is basically a haunted house at the bottom of the ocean. It was a haunted U-boat set in modern times. That film got stuck in development hell and this and that and contracts, and to be honest, it's on someone's desk in Disney at the moment. I have no idea where it is. So it was out of pure frustration that I wanted to make a movie that was similar to Declassified, and I've always been a bit of a fan of the Rodriguez mentality that you work with what you have. And a block from my studio in Melbourne, there's a World War II warship. There's a museum. So I went, okay, there's a warship there. I have a special effects studio. I want to do a vampire movie. So I wrote the movie around those three things. So, and then literally I wrote it out of kind of, not desperation, but more frustration that I just needed to make something that was utilising all the things I had available to me and that I could do independently, and that probably wouldn't take too long or be too hard and too expensive. And quite honestly, we got the finance for this up in about 3-4 months. So we just did it really quickly, really independently. I mean, we're in pre-production before we even knew it. So, and it just happened all very organically. And also, even with the cast worked really well. Nathan Phillips signed on straight away. Alicia Sutherland was my first choice, and I got her from Viking. She was very keen on the script. I mean, Robert Taylor, who's got a massive career in America with Longmire, he was straight on because I'd worked with him before. He loved working with me. It's just, I got all the cast I wanted. It was great. It actually came together really organically.
So you're talking about some of how it came easily to you, like the story came naturally. Did you have any obstacles you had to overcome? And now, after you made Blood Vessel, is there anything that you could say helped improve you as a filmmaker to carry on to the future?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it worked out exactly the film, to be honest, worked out exactly the way I wanted it to. They say you kind of like, you shoot for 100%, you get 80%. Filmmaking's all about compromise. I actually feel like I shot the film that I wanted to shoot. There's definitely things I'd love to do more or do differently, maybe, but that's just in hindsight. But at the same time, I wanted to do a vampire movie that was very classic vampire, with a very vampire-looking, something that looked. I'm a massive fan of. Obviously, I'm a special effects makeup artist as well. I love the film things like Tim Curry in Legend, and that was just an amazing makeup where he played darkness. I wanted to do a vampire that was very classic, I didn't want to just do like. I just feel vampire movies have become desaturated with things like. One of those Twilight movies, those tweeny boppers sort of things. That just
kind of gathered you'd hate.
Oh my god, I hate those fucking things. But they literally just desaturated the whole vampire legend. Even I'm not saying Blade has, but it's just like sticking a couple of teeth into some contact lenses. I wanted to go something completely different. I wanted to go full on I wanted to go like Bram Stoker classic. I wanted to go very sort of like Gary Oldman-esque sort of thing. So, and I said I had an amazing actor who just embodied the part and took over the makeup. And it's just something I've always. Look, I have a special effects makeup studio. My first film was like scanners, right? It's psychics and zombies and other bits and bobs. This film is vampires. My next film is going to be werewolves. I'm just going through the fucking monsters.
We both can't wait to watch Blood Vessel tonight.
Cool. Neither can I. I've never seen it with an audience yet.
First time. How you feeling going into it? You excited? Are you nervous?
Yeah, cool.
He's
I'm not
easy.
nervous.
He's easy. He's already
I'm nervous. I'm excited.
chilling out.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm cool, man. Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you so much for your time, man. I really
problems.
appreciate
No
it.
worries.
Thank you.
No worries.